this is Katie Gamble for another episode of Clarksville's Conversation with my buddies, Chris Smith and Charlie Kuhn. And we have someone here today that is no stranger because she's also a really good friend of ours, right, Charlie?
She is. And, you know, podcasts like these are always a lot of fun because we know stories about each other that we don't have to talk about.
Good.
But it's a lot of fun talking to somebody that's really important in the community that always gives back. But we kind of know your story as well. So we want to welcome Dr. Jeannie Beauchamp to the show today.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here. We miss you.
Oh, I'm so happy to be here.
Seeing you.
It's so fun to be with y'all.
Oh,
I
yeah.
appreciate it.
Yeah. Don't forget to talk into that.
Oh, thank you.
That's all right. well, I know you're busy. You got a lot going on, so thank you for joining us here today.
I'm happy to. I'm very happy to be here.
So we're going to jump into a topic, Chris, Charlie, that Jeannie's pretty passionate about, and it's fluoride in your water. And she's passionate about it because you're a pediatric dentist, so she sees how important that fluoride is from a very young age. So you want to kind of chat about that for just a minute?
Well, I think, the most important beverage to drink is water, and what we want is water with fluoride in it.
Right.
So I think that can only help your teeth, and there's a lot of kids that don't have the benefit of getting fluoride supplements, and so that's the only way they can get it. So we've really started to see a rise in cavities, and so the more we can do, to prevent things, I think that's so important. I think one thing we're lucky here in Clarksville is because there's the city of Clarksville, it is fluoridated, and so they do a great job at the water department with that. But there's some communities around us, Cunningham, East Montgomery, Pleasant View, that don't have fluoride in their water systems, and so I hate that, and you'd like to.
Is there, oh, sorry.
Do you know if people are parents being informed that there's no fluoride in the water? Or are they finding out when they come to you?
Well,
that,
we always ask
Mm-hmm.
because we always want to tell them, but also they're required at water departments to send out something once a year to say what's in it. You know, whether everybody reads those, they're kind of detailed and all, but some of the smaller districts just don't do that.
Well, I don't think people would think, because I'm in East Montgomery, and I'm telling you, had she not told me, I wouldn't have thought to look to see if fluoride was on that list. I just wouldn't have thought of it.
Yeah.
This is something that you've been talking about for years.
Yes. Yeah.
And I remember we had a specific conversation. You probably don't remember it, but it's pretty easy. We talked about drinking bottled water versus water with fluoride, and the bottled water doesn't have fluoride in it, right?
There's probably about 5 or 10% of the companies that bottle water do have fluoride in it, but the majority of them don't. So you've got to read the label real close.
Yeah.
And then a lot of people have filters at home, and if you've got some of those fancy filters that are reverse osmosis, they take the fluoride out.
Oh.
There's some that are carbon charcoal, and they leave the fluoride in, but you've got to know what you've got. Some people move in a house and it's already there and they don't know.
So you mentioned fluoride supplements, and I'm going to tell you, I didn't think to give those to my kids. Is that something I'm supposed to be doing?
No.
You do that?
No. Yeah, but you have to test your water first and kind of find out, because you don't want to give too much. So it's a little more complicated, and it's one more vitamin or pill to take, so it's easier to just already have it in the water.
Right. So what about those gargles and stuff? Does that do anything?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, systemically it won't, but yet coating the teeth it will. There's several of them that have fluoride, and they're really, really good to use.
Okay, that's good to know.
What does the data show on children that have fluoride in their water system versus that don't?
Oh, it's a huge difference. There's studies that will show how much more cavities they have. There's several studies about that, and it's definitely beneficial.
So do most pediatric dentists talk about this? Do you you guys have your organization and stuff, so everybody's pushing this topic?
Yes, absolutely.
So what do you tell parents that live in those areas that don't have it? What should they be doing? Other than getting their teeth.
Well, make sure go to the dentist regularly. Make sure their fluoride is in their toothpaste, and then a separate mouthwash would be good too.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
I got to step it up.
So, there's so many people who they don't drink milk or they don't drink water except bottled water. I mean, what do you recommend people should be drinking?
Tap water with fluoride. Yeah, that's the best thing there is. And if you're going to have, even milk has sugar in it, so you only want to drink those things with a meal, and that'll kind of dilute it a little bit. But if you're just sitting around watching TV and drinking like a soda, you're coating your teeth with that sugar constantly. So you really want to just drink water except at a meal.
There are some carbonated drinks out there, flavored drinks that have no sugar in it. Does the carbonation hurt your teeth?
No, it doesn't.
Like Propel?
No.
Well, just bubbly.
No, but some diet drinks are real acidic. So if they're acidic, that's detrimental.
Gotcha.
I'm sorting through what I do wrong.
No, nothing. No. But
Well, I have teenagers, so it's an ongoing battle just going to brush your teeth.
well, they especially boys, they go through that. They go through that stage for sure. They do more so than girls. But that's why we want to see the kids so young, is so we can encourage parents to have good habits.
So let's, with talking about kids having good habits, brushing their teeth, there's a lot of kids that are at home now, with homeschooling because of the shutdown. What changes have you seen? What are some of the issues you're seeing because of, kids just being at home?
Oh, a lot. It seems like since COVID started and all the kids are being at home, they'll come into the office and say, oh, I'm doing my, schoolwork virtually and I'm eating and drinking all day, because we always ask about their habits. And just yesterday I had a high school girl tell me that she's drinking root beer all day long, and I found 4 cavities, and it was like, whoa. And so I'm worried that that's going to continue. And so I keep saying, please drink water, please drink water. So that's I'm afraid it's going to get worse. So.
Well, I would think that just sitting around eating all day is going to affect more than just your teeth, because they're not getting the exercise and stuff that they need. Even though they still have PE class, they're not out running around and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm speaking from experience.
That's true. Yeah.
So,
Jeannie, I've got teenagers, and one of the things I've started noticing is a lot more of the energy drink consumption. It's just as bad, I assume, as the Coca-Cola and Pepsi and all that.
Absolutely. They're lots of sugar. They're real acidic. Even Gatorade has a lot of sugar in it. A lot of the kids that play sports and they need the Gatorade, I always say make sure you have water out on the field too, so you can rinse your mouth a little bit after having the Gatorade.
So is that good for? I mean, Gatorade, I know it has the electrolytes in it. Is it worse to drink Gatorade than water? I mean, is that just sort of a trend that people drink Gatorade?
Yeah, I think it is.
The sugar that's in it's what really hurts you, not the electrolytes.
Yeah. That's what.
So would they just be better off drinking water than the Gatorade?
I think so. Yeah.
Save the Gatorade for dumping on the coach, right?
That's right.
I'm going to ask one last question that's random.
Okay.
That has nothing to do with anything we talked about. But my kids lately, and I don't know what it is, they're all into, Mama needs some whitening toothpaste. I need the whitening this. Is there an age where it's too young to be whitening your teeth?
Well, if you look on it, they'll tell you, most of them say over 12 or over 14 or something.
I don't know why.
But a lot of the toothpaste that are whitening are, I don't know that they're as beneficial as you think they would be.
Right.
Just a regular toothpaste
Oh, no, he
is
wants
probably
like
good.
the $8
Yeah, of course, that's
he
it.
Wants expensive.
It's good advertising there.
Yeah,
But,
right.
and there's the strips that you can put on and stuff. And some of the over-counter stuff will work, but it might make their teeth a little sensitive.
I told him he had to talk to you about it the next time he was in.
Okay, that sounds good. I'll check it out.
There you go.
Well, I've got a kind of a random question too. With the way things are, I know your capacity is probably lower.
Yeah.
Is there a way to do virtual exams?
It's called teledentistry, and it's kind of new, and like telemedicine, it's more if there's a problem. And we'll have families call and say their child has fallen and maybe chipped a tooth. Or
That would be me 3 times this year, the same tooth. Not me, my son.
No, and then send a picture, and so we can look at it and then talk to them and say, oh, you're fine, you can wait till next week, or you need to come in right now.
Yeah.
And so that's been helpful, because if in our offices we have to space the children out and so far, and so we're not able to see as many, and there's so many more regulations. You've got so much CDC regulations. We've definitely see less patients than we used to.
Oh, yeah.
I got to tell you, I kind of like sitting in the car while my kids are in there. It's like quiet time. It's like a little mini vacation for a few minutes.
I hate it. I mean, it's hurt my feelings, because my assistants will say, "Well, do you want to talk to Dr. Beauchamp?" And all the parents will go, "Oh no, well I'm fine."
I'll text her later.
I'm like, "Oh gosh, nothing want to talk to me."
Well, I'm just happy to know that Katie causes you so many issues on the side, because I know I did one time.
Oh, Charlie,
we don't have
just one.
it was just one real big time, but I'm glad to know I'm not the only one.
You have no idea this year. Noah has chipped his tooth 3 times, same tooth. Aiden's got teeth coming in all over the place and has had to have some pulled. It's like we have spent a lot of time together.
There you go. As long as your check's clear, we're in good shape.
No.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
No, y'all are both great.
Oh, well, thank you for coming and joining us today. We could probably sit here and cut up all day long because we're all such good friends.
I know. This is fun.
Well, come back and join us.
I will.
All righty.
Anytime.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jeannie.
you.